this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're going for a drive and a chat. So today, kind of what's on my mind is kind of interesting. I have been around some amazing people in the last couple of days with some amazing energy and some amazing talent as well. Some of them are very creative, and I think that's kind of the special part. One of them I was talking to, and I thought this was like a really interesting, he actually puts beads together and makes necklaces and jewelry by his hand, and I was like, wow, this is, you're so talented in this, like, this is something that you're really good at. And I thought it was really interesting. He goes, everybody could do this, but people choose not to. And I was like, he goes, anybody can do it. He's like, maybe there was a few people that, couldn't do this part of it or whatever else. It's kind of just like more thinking like, how can I like work with this stone and kind of put this into this area or whatever it is. And I just thought it was really interesting because it's true. Most people are not even trying. Like, they're not even trying to do it. They're just kind of like, oh, I can't do it. And instead of like trying to do it and kind of like, I could fail, maybe I don't do it as well as he does or something like that. But I just thought was a really interesting point is so many times people like want to express their creative talents, yet at the same time you have to kind of get to the point where you're willing to try it no matter what, even if it doesn't look quite good, or you spend some money and you're like, maybe this is what I like. But I think that's like the interesting part. Like, most people have the talent, or they at least have the ideas of like, this is what I want to do, or this is how I want to do this, and they want to, but they don't follow through. So how many times in your life have you really wanted something, yet you haven't followed through with what you could do? Where's that coming in for you? Like, so many times I hear this with so many people that they want something or they want to do something, but it's almost like they only want it if it's like handed to you on a silver platter, like meaning like there's no work that you have to do. It's just like literally handed to you. So when in your life are people just handing you something and you're going like, oh great, I'm thankful. I was talking to another friend of mine a couple of, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, and someone gifted her a business. They were getting out, they had been really sick, and with some, I think diabetes or something like that, some kind of illness, and they were like, I really need to kind of slow down the pace and really kind of change some energy in here of what they had been doing. And they were like, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift you this business. You can keep it going. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would love that. Like, someone literally just handed you a business on a silver platter. Like, all you have to do is like maintain what they were already doing. They already have a social media. They already have a website. They already have this. They already have that. They already have all of these things like set up. And she was like, I'm not interested. Someone is literally handing you a business that was supporting them and a lifestyle, that sort of thing, and you're like not willing to do anything. I was flabbergasted. I was like, that is some crazy stuff right there. Like, not even willing to try, not even willing to kind of like, nah, I'm okay. I was like, that is some crazy stuff there. Like, you're not even willing to even like maintain the business, and it's something that you were already into beforehand, but no. I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. Like, all you have to do is like, the employees are there I'm like, but I think that's kind of like a sign of like how people are right now. It's like they want everything handed to them, but even when it is, they're really still not willing to work for it. And I think that's one of those like, wow, how interesting a philosophy that even if you're like, oh no, I'll just take it if it's like already set up, already ready to run, all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, this person was like handed a business, like, here it is, ready to go. All you have to do is like show up every day and do these 4 or 5 things. Nope, don't want it, not interested. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But I think that's kind of the interesting part, is like, she could be, the person that was gifted this business could be making money, could be doing other things, could be, they're not interested. And I think everybody has like a different talent about it, but I was like, if this is something they were already doing, like in the same field, and it would just be like a larger company, like already here, set up, ready to go, all of those things. So it's kind of like, here it is, not interested. So a lot of times, like, people get gifted these things and they think of it as like it's no big deal. It was a huge deal, because they could have sold that business for a lot of money and sold it to like a larger business or a competitor or whatever else. But it's like, when in your life are you being handed something and you're not seeing it for the value that it could be? When is someone handing you something like, here you go, and you're not realizing or recognizing what a true gift that is? Where are you not doing that in your life? I think that's one of those like interesting phenomena, kind of like that interesting, like, oh, this is interesting, because I think a lot of us have that in different areas of our life, but we may not be recognizing it for the true gift that it is. And this is a gift that you could easily open up and easily run or make money or whatever it is, and do something that you really love. When are you saying no to it? How are you saying no to it? And what are you willing to do to make that business run? Very interesting, very amazing. And I think that's kind of an interesting, I've seen this in literally in the last like 2 to 3 years, people that are just kind of like not willing to do the work, not willing to try harder, not willing to take more time out of their schedule to do something, kind of thing. I'm like, wow, that is like an interesting philosophy. Yet at the same time, it is the sign of the times, the energy that's out there. And so I'm asking you, if you are ready for a business to kind of literally fall in your lap, if you're ready for money to fall in your lap or whatever that is, be ready for it. Be ready to like jump on that whenever it happens, whenever it shows up in your life. Be ready for that energy to come in. Be ready for that energy to show up in your life in a big way. And be ready for that, because if that's something that you've been drawing in, it's coming. It's just a matter of time. You know it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And all you have to do is be ready for it and be ready to step into action as soon as it does. Be ready for it, because it's coming. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.